This is Never Gallimore from the Dallas Cowboys, and I want to give a major shout out to Mike Tag. Keep bringing the hype to the Cowboys Nation. We love and appreciate it. Now, can you dig it? Let's get it.
Hey, I told you guys! Don't go burying just one yet! All I've heard for the last 5 weeks is we want Dallas! So all you haters, you come down to me! You fuel the fire! Because I want it! Are you ready? Hey, you dig it!
What is up? Welcome to another edition Tag Nation. Your boy Mike Tag and Jimmy D. We are fresh from our trip to Arlington and AT&T, hanging with Cowboys Nation. Might be a little jet lagged here, so a little tired. I'm my man Jimmy D. I know you're tired. You had your birthday today. Happy birthday. Hopefully you're having a good time. I know you're in parts of right now. You're incognito somewhere. Where you hiding?
Yeah, you know what? First of all, I want to say I had a great time in Big D this weekend. Love the hospitality. Big win for my Rangers against the Stars on Saturday. Big win for the Cowboys over those Bears yesterday. And then the Falcons gave me a little bit of heart palpitations, but I'll take the W. I'll take first place. You know that, Mike. And next week, I'm going to have to hang something on the wall when I'm back on the home front.
I know your wall's gonna be looking like my cave. I might have to move back in the cave because you got more stuff than I do in the mini cave. But before we get rolling, guys, hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're on here checking it out, hit that like button. Doesn't cost you nothing to do that. You know, share it with Cowboys Nation. You see, I broke out the good luck shirt. You see there's a trend going amongst Cowboys Nation. The owners of this shirt have been breaking it out, getting that win streak going. So I've told people we got to keep the mojo going. So. If you got my, you know I'm on Twitter, you know I'm on Instagram, can't hide from nobody. All you got to do is message me, get me your address, say, hey, man, I want a shirt. I got limited sizes left, so give me the size you'd like. I'll try and get close. I'll mail it out to you personally. Make sure you got it. We got the bye weeks. We got a little time to kill, so it'll be there right in time for the Packers game. So, but hey, before we get started, just got to make sure we get this out of the way.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Hopefully you heard that, Jimmy. Did you hear that, Jimmy?
I heard it.
You heard that?
I heard what you said, Mike. Absolutely, I heard that.
That ain't no bull crap Eagle coach trying to steal our lines. So.
It ain't like some bullcrap Eagle receiver trying to blame some drug test on some shenanigans that the NFL's pulling on him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that one today.
Absolutely.
But I got to say, I felt proud yesterday representing with the Tag Nation shirt. Broadway's yesterday. I was really happy. And that was a good game. And little questionable there at the end of the second quarter, but things worked out the way they should.
Yeah. Well, we did what we were supposed to do. You slapped them around. I mean, we dropped 49 on them. I don't know what more you want. The run defense, I'll definitely get into that in a few minutes. Got to tighten that up. But my man, Jose, the second best team in the NFC right now. I'd have to say yes. You got to give Philly. Hey, I mean, I'm not going to hate. They beat us with our backup, so you gotta give them the respect. They're undefeated. They're the best team in NFC right now. But just because you're the best team in week 7, week 8, week 9, week 10, don't mean you're the best when it comes time to the playoffs. We can relate to that. So, like I said, I just want to see this team continuing to fight, continue to play hard. I mean, the way it's looking, it might be Dallas and Atlanta in the first round in the playoffs.
You know what? And the crazy part is we'd have home field advantage if that happens.
You'd have home field advantage. The Cowboys would have home stadium advantage.
Okay. I can't argue with that one. You got a point there.
Yeah.
But no, I tell you, I've been to AT&T in a few years, and I got to say, for anybody, especially Cowboys fans or even visiting fans who haven't been out there, it's a hell of an experience between Texas Live and the stadium itself and what they have going on inside. Jerry did a great job on all that, and I suggested, even if you're not a Cowboys, hey, you're just traveling. What a great time! That was so much fun yesterday.
And there was a lot of non-Cowboy fans there. I tweeted it out. I mean, there was a lot of Bears fans, and the Bears do travel.
Yeah.
And, you get the age-old thing of people well, Jerry set this up. They set it up to, sell the tickets. And I mean, hey, guys, at
Hey,
the end of the day, I'm a season ticket holder. I can't make every game. I only have so many options to sell tickets. It's going on SeatGeek, StubHub, unless I can find, some fellow Cowboy fans to sell them to. But the tickets aren't cheap. I pay a seat licensing fee, and now it's my choice to do that. But I own those seats, and if I want to sell them, and if I can make some money off the Bears fans because I can't make it, so be it. That's part of the world. If we don't if we don't like it, I mean, we love it when we go to other stadiums and the Cowboy fans take it over. I'll be in Jacksonville next year. I'll be down in Miami. I always try and hit some road games. That's just it's the nature of the business. That's the way it is.
and what I'd love you to come up to New York maybe next year with the Jets or obviously the Giants. That would be fun.
Yeah, the Giants are the one team that I have not seen yet play live. I've seen Washington a bunch of times, seen Philly a bunch of times. I've never seen the Giants, so that's definitely on my bucket list. But talking about the game, Jimmy, we were there. The atmosphere you talked about. 12 o'clock games are always a little tough. They're always a little tough. Excuse me, 1 minute.
Yeah.
I sip a little Kool-Aid out of my Dallas Cowboy souvenir cup.
Yeah, I tell you, it was.
I'm a Kool-Aid man, Jimmy, because I'm always positive about the Cowboys, but I don't know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to sit here and bitch and moan about them all the time. That's just not my style.
Well, like I said, look at our win yesterday. Look at the Falcons win. Am I going to complain? Like I said, I had heart palpitations for a minute. You saw me getting a little angry for a second, but turned out the way I wanted it, and that matters. But no, I'll tell you, despite the early start time, fans were all into it. Like you said, there was definitely some Bears fans there, but the Cowboys fans were hype. Cowboys got out early, jumped on them, and that was all she wrote. And I'm still kind of scratching my head at that high school play calling with the Bears yesterday. I like how they're trying to set the run game up in the fourth quarter when they were down by 3 possessions.
Yeah, and that didn't make a lot of sense to me. I didn't understand. They're not giving the quarterback the opportunity, or at least try and see what you got with them. So it was disappointing. I'm not complaining, but if you listen to it, it was what were my keys to victory I talked about? Got to start fast. Typically, lately Dak Prescott, last year and a half or whatever, always had those slow starts. And those slow starts in some of these games, you let a team like Chicago hang around. You don't want to. They had a decent defense coming in. Now we beat them up pretty good. They had a very strong run game. Run game is going to be a concern, for our defense. But I mean, they ran and ran and ran and ran. I mean, they got 250 yards rushing, but they got like 100 yards passing. So, which way you going to get hurt? They controlled the clock. They had it for like 36 minutes. I don't know what it was. It's just a stumbling offense. But I'll say with the Cowboys, that was a key to victory. Start fast. The other key was turnovers. Now, we had one bad turnover, which we'll get into it with Dak. It was just an ill-advised play at the end of the half. It reminded me of a Romo game where I think it was Washington where I don't know, it was like a few seconds left, and I think he threw a pick six or fumbled. They returned it for a touchdown. Something happened, but that was the only thing. But Dak, I thought, was sharp. He was sharp early. Got Gallup involved, right? Got CD involved. Schultz had got some early catches too. So everything was flowing good. Dak looked like he got the rust out and he's ready to move forward.
Yeah, certainly by the third quarter. Like I said, we were 28-17 into the third quarter. Both teams had a possession, and then neither team scored, and then Cowboys got the ball back. And I got to give props. I know everybody complains about Kellen Moore. He dialed up Dalton Schultz on that drive, and he had I think 2 or 3 receptions for like 50-ish yards on that one drive, and he ended up scoring. Pollard scored on that one eventually.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and that was all she wrote once that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was great. The other thing that was great to see on offense, obviously, was Tony Pollard. He wanted the opportunity. He was going to be the lead horse. Now, the funny thing is, he played great. Still only had 14 carries. I mean, he's not going to be – I don't think he's ever had more than 14 carries in his NFL career. He couldn't remember if he even had that in college. He's never been the bell cow. And I know there's a lot of Zeke Pollard, who's one, who's two. It really don't matter. They're both getting the ball. They're both contributing. You need 2 running backs in this league. And the way it is now, these guys bigger, faster. You're playing 20 games if you make it to the Super Bowl, or even 21. You've got to have multiple backs, and it was good to see Pollard out there. He does what he's great at. He makes explosive plays, and I was really happy for him. 3 touchdowns. I mean, it was a hell of a
Yeah,
day for
great.
him.
And to get back to your point about having running back, look at Patterson for us got hurt a few weeks ago, and Ellison and Huntley have stepped in just fine. So we know when Patterson comes back, we got somebody to spell him. Maybe on third down or if he needs a break in the game. So you're spot on about them. Pollard, yeah, he went off. You get happy for that. A guy like that where they kind of question him. And no, he looked good. Team looked great yesterday.
The only thing, the paycheck that he's going to be getting has gone up too, because he's having a great year, and it's going to be interesting how that plays out. But we only worry about next year. I can only worry about this year and where we're at. So Cowboys 6-2, they're going into their bye week, feeling pretty good. The defense, not their best performance yesterday, especially on the run defense, but when you're going up against a mobile quarterback, I think they learned a lot. I think that's just another opportunity to get some more film, see what they did wrong, see what they got to correct. Because obviously with Philly, you're going to have that. You're going to have, that's a type of quarterback they have. So you're going to see him sooner or later, right? We'll see him in Christmas Eve, and then more than likely, you could see him in the playoffs too at some point. So I think it was good for the defense. Right. I think they learned a little bit. I think they learned they can't over pursue. You got to kind of sit back, and you saw a little later in the game they started doing that, and then they got 4 sacks. I mean, Tank, they didn't count it as a sack on that 2-point conversion, but I thought I don't know why no one blocked him, but I thought he killed.
I mean, my God, he murdered him to death. So as Mike Tagg said, I'm in parts undisclosed right now. Unfortunately, I got to cut out early, which bums me, but I got some birthday and Halloween business to tend to, and sorry to cut short. And you got to wave at Uncle Cheech for me. I'm missing him tonight.
I know. We'll take care of him. You have a happy birthday. We'll continue the show without you, brother. Take care.
All right, thanks. I'll see you next Monday.
All right, man. That was Jimmy D. He was there. So, like I was saying, the run defense is a little bit of it's been a concern. I think it'll get addressed. I think it was a little, like I said, it might have been a little overstated because all they did was run. I mean, they were committed to that run. You got to give it to them. They were running the ball at a 9-minute drive in the fourth quarter down 20. I don't know why they don't give Fields a chance. Now, I know he's young. They say he's a one-read guy, but I think you got to give him an opportunity. You got to give him an opportunity to see what he can do. You made the investment in him as a first-round pick. You got to see what he's got. So I think it was a mistake by the Bears, and it looks like we beat them so bad. Now they kind of blew it up. They kind of called the season over, and they just traded Roquan Smith to Baltimore. So that was another big move by the Bears. Obviously, they traded Quinn to Philly. I think it's a nice move for Philly. I can't hate on it, but Quinn wasn't having a great year this year. So is it scheme related? Does he get re-energized in Philly? That'll be revealed pretty soon. The other thing is kind of the hot topic, outside the game was, are the Cowboys going to make any moves with the trade deadline tomorrow? Wide receivers a hot topic. We see, obviously we're good with CD. Gallup, he showed a little bit yesterday. I think we think that injury, it's going to take a little bit more time for him to get back. Obviously, you got Schultz, Ferguson, Hendershot. You've got some guys there, but where the concern has been is the guys behind. Now you're going to get James Washington back. He's going to be a guy who can stretch the field a little bit for you. Jalen Tolbert it's just not clicking for him, and I just think this will be kind of a red shirt year. Not kind of disappointing because I thought he would be a contributor. But the one thing I'll say, we can hate on the Jalen Tolbert, maybe that was a miss so far. The Cowboys had 5 rookies. One of the guy at the airport, we were talking Cowboys, he pointed this out. They had 5 rookies playing yesterday on offense at some point. You had Davis, you had Tyler Smith, obviously Ferguson, Hendershot, and Tolbert was in the game as well. So they're getting contribution from their draft class, and these young guys. It's a young team. It's probably one of the youngest in the NFL, if not the youngest. It's going to be one of those things where this team's going to get better and better as the season goes on because they're kind of growing up together, and they got the leadership, especially on defense, Quinn leading the pack and Parsons. I mean, how about that play? How about that play that he had? And of course, Jose, yeah, it's a draft. It's a coin flip. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to write a guy off on 8 games of his career, but I mean, right now right now it's hadn't been a good pick, but I'm not gonna give up on a guy this early. So we'll see what happens. You know, OBJ, that's another one I see in the chat line, chat room. It's yeah, I don't know if the Gallup injury scares them because it seems like Gallup's having a little bit of trouble from that ACL coming back. It's taking a little bit longer. Yeah, he's on the field, but does he have that burst? He has that confidence, all of that stuff. And OBJ's coming from the same, happened later. So I mean, are you going to want to invest? Now, if the price is right, for me, it's worth the investment. I'd much rather get OBJ than trade draft capital for another receiver, and then also if you're dealing with a contract. So because you never know, you've got that continuity with your team. You start bringing out outsiders trying to create it. It's got to be the right guys. It's got to be the right people for the locker room. You can go get Antonio Brown. You can only imagine what that do to your locker room. So the Cowboys got to be smarter who they bring in. They got to bring someone that's going to mesh well with the team, obviously mesh well with Dak, and and be ready to just play the role that is needed, because it will be something over time. I don't expect someone to come in and start lighting it up. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Cornerback was another thing, another topic that was mentioned. We saw some guys getting injured yesterday. This bye week really came at the best time because I was at the game and it was hard to even keep track of who's in, who's out, who left, who's coming back. So maybe a cornerback. Maybe something to tighten up give that a little bit more depth at cornerback wouldn't be a bad move if you can make the right move. I don't want to mortgage, a lot of draft capital. Some we can, but I don't want to pay a steep price, a king's ransom for someone, and mortgage it, because I think our defense is tight. We're just, you just add a little bit, just like we did with the D tackle that we got. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if they'll make a move. I probably doubt it. Jose, I'm going to agree with you. I don't know if they're going to make one. I don't know if there's something out there that makes a lot of sense. So we'll see. But going to the game, drinking my Kool-Aid out of my nice Dallas Cowboys souvenir cup. They added the lid on there, a little hat lid for extra protection. So I do appreciate it. And it fits on all my other cups too. So that was always nice. But, our time at Texas Live, we talked about it, was great. Hanging with Cowboys Nation. I ran into a couple guys, got some pictures. I didn't get a chance to get a copy myself, but I want to give just big thanks to them. I always enjoy running into Cowboys fans. I love talking Cowboys football. Ran into some people at the airport. I mean, it's just, as you can see, the passion's there for the Cowboys. The love is there. So anytime you get me around Cowboys, I get amped up. I get charged up. Gets me excited. And I'm excited about this team because I think, Des Bryant kind of mentioned it. This is the best Cowboys team that he's seen, that's been there since the 90s. And I believe that. I think this is the best team that they've put together, top to bottom roster, since those 90s teams. Now, I'm not saying they're the 90s teams. They gotta win some Super Bowls before they can get to the 90s teams. But I think they have the talent to get there, especially on defense. Defense is that's the big game for us because it travels. I always say your defense can travel, so we can go to any place and we can quiet their crowd down. The offense has got the weapons. We just got to get everything pulled together. So it'll be interesting to see. And like I said, the NFC, there is no excuse. You heard it here. If this backfires, you come tell me. I told you so. But there is no excuse for this team not to go very deep into the playoffs, if not get to the Super Bowl. The NFC is down. You got the Packers at 3-5. You got the Bucks at 3-5. You've got the Rams, I think, are 3-4. I think they had a bye. They look bad. San Francisco's, coming on the rise. So they're a team I know Jose's worried about. They're a team that you got to concern yourself with. Philly's there. We beat the Giants. Giants went out and lost to Seattle. You got Seattle there. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying it. Jimmy's off, so I can say it. How the hell are the Falcons leading the division? I don't think that's going to happen by year's end. But I mean, that's a team that we can end up playing in the playoffs in the first round. So, damn it, if this team don't make a deep run, it's going to fall on the players, and unfortunately, it's the nature of the business. It's going to fall on the quarterback. So, I mean, Dak's got a lot of pressure. I don't think it's pressure, but a lot of expectations that this is a team that they need to take. They've got their cap situations tight. This is a team that they can kind of make that run. So hopefully it continues on. We'll keep that going. But before I get too deep into it, I see my man has entered the cave, and we've got some business to take care of with Uncle Cheech, because I don't think Uncle Cheech had a great weekend. It looked pretty bad. Probably lost some people some money. So he's out here to redeem himself. He is going to be picking these games. We're going to figure out what his lock, what his upset, all that good stuff is. So without any further ado, let's get Uncle Cheech on here. How you doing, Uncle Cheech?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good. It's going good. So didn't have a good week, I don't think, unless I'm wrong. I think you're 1-3.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
But I want to get on to a serious subject
Okay.
before I go to my picks. You brought me in here, pick games, help people make some money. Now, the first part of the year, because what started the whole thing, I got a message from one of our viewers, and it really threw me off. He said he's playing my 4 teams. He's not playing parlays, but he's playing them individually.
Mm-hmm.
I said at the beginning of the year, don't play parlays, pick one team. One team. Not 4, one team.
So pick one of the 4 that you take, figure out which
Exactly. One team. If you lose, don't try to get your money back. Ain't going to happen. You try to pick 4s, just like playing parlays. Ain't going to happen. If I was the one taking your money, if I was the bookie, I'd say play all you want. But I'm trying to help you make money. Listen to me. You pick one team, and I'm going to explain to you why. I've been picking, let me see on my notes here. I've been picking now for 8 weeks.
Your camera fell down, or you fell down, one or the other.
Oh, what happened? Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Technical difficulties with Uncle Cheech.
I've been picking now for 8 weeks. I'm picking 2 teams, 1 lock, 1 upset. Now, if you're going to play all 4 of them teams, you're going to lose. Tell you right now, you're going to lose. First of all, if I pick maybe 4 up, how many games are in the season? 16, 17?
16, yeah, 17.
If I get 4 upsets, that'd be pretty good.
That is bad. That'd be damn good.
So you can count that. I mean, you want to gamble, you want to play with a little bit of money, but if you want to make some serious change, right now, for all my teams that I've picked, I'm at 53%. Picking the 4 teams. Now, the upset special is that, you can count them, but few and far between. But if you played only my lock since we started, you'd be at 77%.
You'd be making some money.
That's right. That's what I'm trying to explain. My lock, that's the only winner I had this week was the lock.
Yeah.
Seattle,
that's where you do the research on the locks. That's where you put a lot of time.
They won by 14.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I really feel bad for the guy because he must have misunderstood what I was trying to say. You pick one team, you lose. Don't try to make your money back the same week. Ain't gonna happen.
I thought you're supposed to reinvest.
Well, you reinvest the next week. That's when you reinvest. But anyhow, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I watched Cowboys. I watched the Dolphins. Watched the other game. Saturday, I watched the Hurricanes.
Oh.
Tell you what, These are not going to be one of my picks, but the big game of the week is going to be that Tennessee-Georgia game.
Oh, I was gonna. Well, I want you to at least, but before we end, I want you to give me your winner on that one because
Well,
that
I will
was
do-
a
I'll
topic
give you
of
my
conversation. I think they're double-digit dogs, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they were. I think they were 8.
Okay, I think it opened at 11 or something, but yeah.
But whatever, take Tennessee in the points. They looked like a complete team out there the other
Oh,
night. They looked like a complete team. I know they were home. Georgia's going to be home for this one.
yeah.
But to me, they looked like a complete team. I got to give Josh Heupel a lot of credit. They came out of nowhere.
No, they're playing good, man. They're playing good. You can't hate
But
on them.
Seattle came out of nowhere. Nobody expected that.
No.
And
They're
I took that.
playing.
I took that on my lock. I like the way Gino's playing. The defense is playing. They're running the ball. They look good. I mean, I don't know if they'll make it to the playoffs. They might. But you got to give them a lot of credit where credit's due.
No, absolutely. Well, right now they'd be playing. They would play the Giants, I believe, in the playoffs if this season ended today. The NFC is so weird, it's so bad. So what are you feeling this week? You gotta get some redemption.
Okay. Who the hell wrote that? Looks like Sam Rothstein.
Oh,
Anyhow, my first pick is going to be Kentucky and Missouri. I'm going to take Missouri Tigers +2.
+2. So you think they're gonna win outright, pretty much?
It's possible. Kentucky got the hell beat out of them by Tennessee
No, they did.
Saturday night. I mean, they got the hell beat out of them.
Yeah.
Now, I like Missouri. I think they did me good. I picked them against Florida.
Yep.
And I don't know if I picked them again. Okay, that's my first pick. My second pick is going to be San Diego at Atlanta. I'm going to take the Falcons +3.
+3.
+3. The Falcons somehow managed to win their game. They had a guy take the helmet off on the other team yesterday. They get a second chance.
Missed the field goal.
Then he misses the field goal to win the game. They come in. Mariota runs it down the field, puts them in position. They kick the 3 game over.
No, sometimes you get those. You have it. Sometimes that
It's
happens.
better to be lucky than to be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you related to Sam Rothstein by any chance?
No, I'm Italian.
All right, I'm just making sure. Someone asked you, said you look like them. I didn't know if you're kin.
I'm Italian. He's a Jewish fellow.
All right, what do we got next?
Okay. It's going to be my upset.
The Falcons are your upset. That is an upset.
No, that's not my upset. This is my upset.
Oh, this is your upset.
My upset is going to be Texas Longhorns at Kansas State.
Oh.
Kansas State is getting 3. Now, somebody must know something I don't know. Oklahoma State beat Texas in a close one. Kansas State just beat the hell out of Oklahoma State 48-0. Not 7-6, not 21-20, 48-0, and they're home. And they're getting 3 points. I feel good.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Yeah. I got a good team. They're being overlooked. Okay, my locker week is going to be Dolphins at Chicago. Dolphins -4, 4.5, 4.5.
4.5. Now, the Chicago got a beating at AT&T.
Exactly.
They're already folding up the shop. They got Roquan Smith out of there. So you think Miami's gonna dog walk them or what?
They got off to a rough start yesterday.
Yeah.
They were behind 14-0. Came back. They got their 2 speedster receivers.
Yeah.
It's like a track team. Even I think one of the running backs or something was on the track team.
They're fast. Yeah.
World-class spinners.
And they were just talking about today. They were talking about Tyreek Hill might hit 2,000. You might be the first 2,000-yard receiver. So,
but
it happens.
They're playing good defense. They're not turning the ball over. They got some speedsters. I think Chicago is. I know they're home. That can make a little bit of difference. Probably a little cooler up there now.
Yeah.
But I think Miami minus the 4.5. I'll take Miami.
Yeah, I think you're probably. I think this sounds like a good week for Uncle Cheech. The only last game, just go ahead. I don't even know what the line is. I think it's 8. We'll just do it for fun. This don't count. Don't bet on it. Miami, Florida State. What do you got?
Oh, I hate to say it. Miami hasn't shown their defense played well last week. They did everything they could, but the offense couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Anything. I think it's going to be, I'll be at that game, and I think it's going to be a long ride home for me.
No.
Hoping not, because nobody loves the Canes more than me. You know that.
Yeah.
But
No.
it's going to be a long ride home. I hope that's the one game I lose. But I stay away from that. And one more thing, I want to wish my pal Jimmy D happy birthday.
He had to go get some cake. He stuffed his face all weekend. You should have seen the feedback this guy had on it. He had a chicken fried steak with all the trimmings and gravy all over it. Now he's got to go eat some more. I don't know what's going on with this boy.
Jimmy D, one of my most valued friends.
Yes.
With the week I had, though, I almost had to call up my old pal, Vinny Smaldone, to get his input on a few games. But we'll see what happens after this week. Worst comes to worst. Things don't pan out. I have to give old Vinny Smaldone a little call. I haven't seen him in a year or two, but he's always available.
Yeah. Wow. If you go 1-3 again, you better get some help. But I appreciate it, Uncle Cheech. You have have a great one. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you. Good night.
All right, man. There's Uncle Cheech. He's bringing it. He's bringing it. You got the picks down there. You heard what the man said. Don't pick every game. Pick one. And it seems like the lock of the week is where you want to go if you're going to do some gambling. So we'll see how he does this week. Now back to the Cowboys and back to what it's all about. Like I said, if you hadn't seen the shirt, you guys want a shirt, all you got to do is message me on Twitter, Instagram. Say, Mike Tag, I saw it on your show. Send me a shirt. Give me your address because we got a lot of good vibes. You see it on Twitter. A lot of good vibes going on with this shirt. It's changing things around when things go bad. You put it on, good things happen. I'm very superstitious, so I'm like that. So if you guys hit me up on Twitter, I'll be happy to send one out to you. Again, limited sizes, but I'll do the best I can to find you something. So let's get back to the Cowboys. So we're 6-2. I had to get my paper out to get some notes, see where we're at. Going into the bye week. A bye week could not come, I said it before, could not come at a better time. We've got some injuries. I was at the game. Got some guys, dropping like flies. In and out of the lineup. I think the bye week's come at a perfect time to get these guys healthy and get ready to make that run, right? So we're 6-2. If my math is good, my Broward County education is right, that means we got 9 games left. So what are we going to do with those, right? 3, 7, 9 games left. So coming out of it, we only want to look 1 week, but we're going to look a little bit ahead. We're going to look a month ahead. We're going to look at the month of November because it's important because I think the next 2 games out of the bye week, I know Green Bay's in trouble. I know they're 3-5, but Aaron Rodgers, I'm never going to doubt him. I'm never going to look past that game. That is a game, a psychological game that these Cowboys got to get through. Face it a couple times with them. Obviously the one game with Dak, the one with Romo in the playoffs. So we've had a little bit of heartbreak with them and Aaron Rodgers. So we don't want to look past them. So coming off that bye week is going to be good timing for us. Get healthy. I think our defensive line is going to hurt him. I think he's not as mobile as a quarterback. He's still shifty, but I don't think he can outrun our D line. So I'm hoping and expecting that we have a great showing there. Their defense really hadn't shown a whole lot. So I think we should be able to have our way with them a little bit. It'll be a tight game in Lambeau, no doubt about it, but I think we'll get that one. The next game, very intriguing. The Vikings. They're another team. They're winning. With Kirk Cousins, they're still winning. They're a team that can, pose a little bit of a challenge to the Cowboys. It'll be a good statement game for them to see where we're at. It's at Minnesota. We've always had their number, it seems. We beat them with our backup last year. I was in Minnesota a few years ago. We beat them there. So we've always seemed to have Minnesota's number. And then you got the Giants on Thanksgiving. So you really look at those 3 games as critical 3 games, against, the Giants got 6 wins, right? They're 5-2. No, they're 6-2. They've got 6 wins. I think Minnesota's got 6 wins. So they're going to be tough. You throw the Packers in there. That's going to be a 3-game stretch where we're going to see what this Cowboys team is. And you've got 2 of those on the road. Your first 2 games off the bye are going to be on the road. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to kind of give us an idea where this team's at, because then you start that after Thanksgiving. And that's where, if you're going to start making that run, that's where you want to start getting hot. Like I said, I could care less about the division. The only benefit of the division is probably who comes out of the East is going to be the number 1 seed. So that does have some, it has some value. It has some good value for us to get that bye. I mean, anyone would want it, but I'd much rather be playing hot and fighting to get in the playoffs, get in the seed than to cruise. So I think for us, it's going to be a fight, right? Because Philly's still undefeated. We got a game against them Christmas Eve. So if we win that one, we've got to pick up another game. So we got to pick up another game where they lose. But if you look at our schedule, you got the Colts coming after Thanksgiving. You got the Texans, Jaguars, Philly at home, Titans in Washington. So that's an interesting schedule. It's not Murder's Row. They've definitely got some opportunity to make some serious noise and contend for the NFC East. But if not, they're still going to be in that position to roll in the playoffs. And more than likely, even if they don't win the division, they're probably going to have a pretty decent matchup with one of the other teams. It'll be on the road, but that's, like I said, that's where it comes into this defense. The road teams can travel. So that's kind of where it's at. I'm still a little jet lagged. I want to thank one other man, my man, Doug. Talked to him a little bit about getting a new vehicle. He talked me into it. So as soon as I landed, I went ahead and signed that deal to get me a new vehicle going into the new year. So again, more good vibes going for Cowboys. So I got a new rig. So I appreciate Doug with his insight and expertise, because I need that. I'm not a car guy. I'm more of a look guy. I always had I had to take out my speakers out of my car, my amp, make sure I got all that so I can put it into my new truck. So no, I do appreciate that. And let's see. Oh, East Side, man. He loves it, huh? Wonder why. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, my man. You can say more than that. I'm gonna say some stupid ass stuff like that. At least come real. I'm here. I'm not running away from nothing. But yeah, Doug, it was awesome, and I appreciate it. Cowboys Nation, like I said, I'm gonna be out there Sunday night. That's gonna be my next game. Hopefully, I will see you guys there. We had a great time, but like I said, the 12 o'clock games are rough. The Eagles are used to that shit. They do all those 12 o'clock games because no one wants to watch them. We're usually prime time, so going to those 12 o'clock games, not used to it. Used to be in the late games, used to be the primetime games. That's where we can all party up and have a good time. But we'll make it happen. Bye weeks, I don't know. I might take a week off myself. I told you guys that the Cowboys going a little bye week. I might have to go on a bye week too. Maybe take a little vacation, re-energize the batteries, make sure we get some mojo going, make sure we get the good vibes for Cowboys Nation. Everything's been going great. So you guys stay tuned, stay healthy. Have a great one. If I don't talk to you before the weekend, maybe I'll pop in. We'll see. Have a great weekend. I'll leave you with this. Of course, it was, I predicted it. Anyone who saw the hype video, I told you we are going to drop 40 burger on Chicago. Of course it happened because I'm Mike Stradamus. We got Jimmy Stradamus. We got Mike Stradamus. So I'm going to leave you with this. You guys have a good one. Peace out.
You know your boy's gonna be there. You know I'm gonna be hyped. I need you guys to be hyped with me. You feel what I'm saying? Now can you dig it?